Hi, I'm QT. This is Michael.
Yeah, I'm Hazard.
Today we're here to talk about a very important topic about social cleansing. What is it about social cleansing? I'm talking about economical social cleansing. I'm not talking about cleansing of people and killing people. Nothing to do with that. But what it is all about is your everyday, normal walkabout in your life, your business. What social cleansing is about.
Yeah, we're not talking about the genetic cleansing, trying to get your leg muscles to be stronger by breeding this person and that person there. We're not talking about that. We're talking about people having, people moving to different areas, different classes, mixing with each other and having to move about. That's the topic we're getting into right now today.
Very important. Okay, let's get this thing started. Economics. Economics is making everywhere. I'm not even talking where I'm from, London City. I'm not even talking about London City, West London, where I'm specifically from. I'm talking about the globe. The globe, the whole world. You should be able to resonate with what I'm saying here. Right now, we are being cleansed. I mean, people that are, I didn't come from economical greatness when I was born, but I am seeing a change of what's going on around me. I live in an area that's one of the 5 boroughs of London that's pretty prestigious. Not that I'm rich or I've got a lot of money, but that's where I live, that's where I'm born. I'm from West London. But what I'm noticing, and I've noticed this over many years now, that we are getting cleansed. Now, if I said we're getting cleansed, what's going on in the world, the government right now, housing benefit, not that I'm on it, because I'm not, What I'm saying is that the type of people that are around me are changing completely. And when I say economics is what's cleansing a lot of poor people out.
It's like the house prices are going up. They're shooting up past the roof, especially in cities like London that we're in right now. And that's part of the whole cleansing. They're moving people out of London. Different people are moving in. It's a different class of people. Areas are changing. They're building up the areas. The amount of different housing blocks that are going up, and there's the amount of shops that are closing down, and everything is having a shift. Different people are moving. Different people are coming. Different people are going. Nothing's really staying the same, really, is it?
No. Nothing is staying the same, and nothing will stay the same. Not in this time that we live in right now. Nothing will stay the same. I mean, I'm sure you're even noticing that different parts of London where you live in, you're seeing different types of people, east, west, north, south. But they're sort of like in a transitional period where they might even be in your area, then the next minute, maybe a year or whatever have you. I'm saying this is over a period of the last 5 years, which has been more intense, that they're moving on.
And the difference about the last 5 years compared to what might have been before it, they've done economical social cleansing before, but they've done cleansing for reasons like, it's a problem area, or it's a dangerous area. There's estates around West London, like Stonebridge Estate, for example.
Yeah, it's northwest.
Is northwest London is somewhere that they cleansed out and rejuvenated. There's a lot of areas they've done that. But so you might be thinking, why are we saying the past 5 years? But this past 5 years is economical right now. It's an economical change. It's a different beast.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like, Stonebridge, Northwest 10 is a place that I know. I live 25 minutes from it. When I was a young kid, I was ramping around there. I've been there, I've seen it, I know it. But I'm talking about, like, for example, Acton. Acton was a place where it's just up the road from Shepherd's Bush. Shepherd's Bush is kind of really well known. Like, people in New York know Shepherd's Bush. I've been there, they've seen me. Do you know Shepherd's Bush? I live not far from it. Bottom line is that Acton is a place where you might as well say upper, middle class to rich, plus wealthy live there. But what happened to all the poor people, like myself, that congregate around there, know their way? I've personally, let me drop this one in. I personally know of people that used to live on estates. They bought their flats. Now those flats are worth 1 point something million. Of course they cashed in and went. But I'm just saying to you, imagine being poor, you lived on a grimy estate, your housing, or you lived in public housing, and you bought your place now, and they, somewhere along the line, throughout the years of you living there, 1 million, whatever, and it's increasing. Obviously you're being cleansed out, you're gonna cash up, and you're gonna go elsewhere. Whether it's a different form of upper middle class and rich that's taking and buying over the areas, and it's happening in my area where I live in West London too.
And I don't know if you've witnessed, obviously if you live in London, you must know of, there's council estates around and whatnot. But have you noticed they're dropping in numbers now? We live in West London, there's a council estate that was down the road that has been completely ripped down, and it's going to be turned into a swanky village.
Yeah.
And that's been going on all over London. So the people there, so that means the council houses are dropping as well. So everybody that is living off of council or council housing, they're shifting them right out. And these bougie villages is they're mini village, that they're high-rise flats. They're meant to be fancy, but they're actually quite cheaply built, really.
Yeah.
But they're still costing the money.
Now, you just mentioned West Ealing, yeah? Which you're talking about the Green Man, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, I can personally tell you there was a documentary that was put out about 6 years ago, and it was called Bang Bang. Mm-hmm. Bang Bang was a gangland DVD that was put out there, which was telling the truth. A lot of that, or quite a lot of it, was filmed on this estate, West Ealing I'm talking about, yeah? 6 years later, the Green Man has been mashed down completely. It's going to be rebuilt. You want to see this swanky thing. You want to see the plans that they've got. Village kind of vibe going on. Walk through. You can't drive through certain parts. Gyms with all these plush estates. It's gone crazy. One part of the Uxbridge Road to the other part, there's millionaires.
And I know Q would want to put this on camera, but what they're planning in West Ealing is going to change. It's going to change the future. Do you want to put on camera the fact that, do you want to say that West Ealing is going to change?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. It's already happening, and I'm not.
It's changed a lot over the past decade, I'd say. And obviously you've got we're talking specifically about West Ealing. You might not know it too well, but anyway, it's got Waitrose. It's got the train line that is connecting Paddington and Heathrow, and that's affecting things as well. So it's an area that is partially targeted, as many areas is in London, but the fact that they're going to build it up, they're going to bring that village vibe to it, the whole area is going to start changing. Even it will filter into the high street even as well. The whole area is going to change, and we're telling you that live now, so watch in a few years time, it will change.
Listen, when I found this out in my local newspaper, that oligarchs are cut from all over the world, Japanese, Chinese, American, everything, mostly foreign people, are buying up the big brand new swanky high-rise penthouses in Ealing Broadway, and local people were complaining about it. Unbelievable. I mean, I invite you more. We need more people with lots of money living in the area from different places, different races. I love that, because Ealing's always been, or West London's been, very multicultural, and I want it to stay that way. And this is the only thing I'm frightened of, is that ethnics are getting cleansed out. Yeah, I said it. Sue me if you want to. I said it. Ethnics are getting cleansed out because they are on a money tip. It is true. This is what's happening in my area. I'm sure it's happening in yours, or in your country, or wherever you're from. This is not just local. This is global. So I hope you resonate with what we're saying here today.
And you got to think for the future. I mean, the people that are getting forced out of London's where all the jobs is. They're being forced out, and they're having less options as well. So what's that going to create?
Another bubble. This is a prediction, because this is what this whole thing is about. Life cycle. We don't want to just talk about problems. We want to present something that you can actually guide yourself around. There's going to be pockets, of trouble. When I say pockets of trouble, like, for example, people from London that were living their normal lives, going about their way of living, have just been smacked up economically, and they've been shown the door out of London. Your local council from here to South London, come back north, east, west, have already got lists of boroughs outside of London where they're sending to you. Oh, sorry, we haven't got any housing. Oh, we can send you to east, whatever, outside in the country, 300, 400 miles away.
Sometimes right up north as well.
Yeah,
like,
it
it's completely switch of the country.
Yeah.
So,
And how are you going to bring your kids up? If your kids go to school, in the area, and your local area is saying to you, get out 300 miles away, you've got no family, you've got no friends, you've got no social network. And this is where I'm saying the pockets of trouble is gonna start. Right now it's already happening, but we're not seeing it on the commercial news, the problems that it's gonna cause. You can't just send somebody who's been living in an area for 25 years and they've got their family and they've grown up there, and not that you should specifically live and stick on social housing, but I'm just saying if it becomes too expensive, it breaks up the family. It breaks up the family, you know? It's a serious thing that's going on here in the world, in London. It's just, you can see the feelings, it's serious.
It is. And I'm sure if you live in London, if it hasn't affected you yet, or you haven't noticed it, it's gone over your head, it will hit you in the face sometime soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to affect your family.
Or affect someone close to you.
Yeah, someone of your friends. I've witnessed this. Obviously, I'm older than you. A lot of my friends do not live where we grew up. Most people in the whole of London, even up north, if you live in a certain village or a town or it was not, even if it's scummy, try and buy a house there. Try and buy a nice flat there. You won't. There's all pockets, even in areas that they perceive to be as bad. There's a pocket that is nice. The houses are $500,000. I mean, a flat's $500,000, a house is $500,000. Yeah, they might be nice, but the other rest of the borough is not. And pockets of these, you might as well say, mutant trouble is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call it. It's gonna be trouble, and this is what the government is gonna be left with because they caused it. Now, when you cleanse every place out, what's gonna happen? I mean, if you're cleansed out of London, but you have to work in London, they've created another massive bill called travel expenses for you. Think of how much it costs thousands for people to come to work in London. Yeah. Now, I couldn't personally deal with that. I'm not spending $4,000 out of my wages just to come to work.
And having the prices gone up, and they keep going up, and they're going to keep going up. Even travel prices and fuel and gas prices as well.
Do I need to talk about petrol? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, petrol holds everything. That petrol can make you not eat right. And I mean, literally, you can't travel. I mean, how do you think the food gets to Sainsbury's and places like this? By transport. Transport is high, food's high, oil makes everything high. So I'm just saying, there's no way that you shouldn't understand or be able to get something from what I'm saying here. I'm not saying anything that's actually totally original. I'm just bringing it to you on your forefront and putting it on your plate. But these things have got to be affecting you now. And we just want to put it out there and open your mind so you can at least see it. Ask people. Don't listen to people that are telling lies. Really ask your friends, your family about what's happening for them. How are they getting hit by this social cleansing in every way? Housing, what's going on? You can't afford to put your kids in nursery. You can't afford the basics that you used to be able to afford. I'm just saying social cleansing is going on in all shapes and forms.